30 seconds. Send this link out one last time. And you guys remember, we do have Emery's call going on right after this one. Remember, we do have Emery's call going on right after this one. Switch it over. Perfect. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into it, man. I appreciate everyone for hopping on. Yeah. Emery's link will be dropped in the chat. Make sure you're on that one. And like I said, man, like if you guys were just on David's call, there's not much else to say after that. This call is going to be short and sweet, right to the point. Appreciate everyone taking the time to actually get on here. Time is our most valuable asset. You never get it back, and make sure that the time that you do have, you get right into it and you're actually paying attention. And, guys, I can tell you this, it does pay to pay attention, and your presence is essentially all that we have. So go ahead, drop a 333 in the chat if you are excited for 2020. You're excited. Second quarter is officially kicked off. 1 weekend. We're literally getting ready for massive overflow. We're already in massive overflow, and it's coming every single day, every single week. You're on this call. You're on here for a reason, man. All shout outs to you guys for getting on here. I'm just going to give you a couple things before I let my brother speak, before I pass it over to the next person, man. Just a couple key things, to keep in mind when you're on not only this call, not only David and Manita's call, not only Emery's call, but really any time that you're doing something, guys, presence is the key. And what I mean by that is whatever you are doing, that is what you are doing. Okay. And it's so key. It's so key when we truly understand that, okay, if I'm on this webinar, what is my goal for this webinar? All right, I'm going to learn something and I'm going to take notes, and I'm going to take notes to apply. So make sure you get out a notebook, make sure you got a pen and a paper ready no matter what. You never know when an idea comes. And one thing I learned that successful people always do is they're writing down their ideas. Always, your ideas come from infinite intelligence, infinity right here. Your idea, like, why would you just randomly get an idea? You get an idea for a reason. So it's important that you're go ahead and writing these things down. And, with that being said, man, I really want to bring up a special guest, someone that you guys may not have heard from, someone that I highly respect, someone that I've actually lived with before, someone that I've spent a lot of time with. This guy has become one of my closest friends, someone that I truly love and appreciate. This guy has been with me for the last year and 4 months now. He's a Platinum 1000 in the business, and he's been made exceptional profits in this market as well. We're not here to talk about income, but at the end of the day, this person has had results on both sides. And, he's going to dive a little bit deep into the spiritual side of success, and how he's been able to transform himself as a human being. And realize, guys, when you're on this call, it's not only about, okay, let's just make money trading. Okay, let's just hit ranks. You got to realize that your results will come when you grow yourself. Once you grow yourself, your income will grow with you. And one thing that I've learned is, guys, if you are thinking this big, your results are only going to go to this, right? Your ideas are not going to succeed your thinking, your level of thinking. And this person right here, Mr. Brian Godfrey, this is someone he's been thinking big since the very beginning. He's helped me expand my mindset. And, I'm going to go ahead and let him do a little bit more of the talking and share a little bit of what it's like to not only think big, but to really understand that your results come as you grow, your personal growth, the spiritual side of success. These are very important things. So, Mr. Dr. Pips FX on Instagram, go ahead and take it over. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. So give this man a nice 444 universe on our side. Let's get it, BG. Hold on. Let me find him. I got to unmute him. All right. Which one is it? We got 2 BGs in here. Jeez.
Yo, what's up? It's me, yes, sir. What's up? For sure. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, my brother. First off, man, I want to definitely give all the credit all of pretty much everything with Jordan. And the reason, guys, I'm gonna do that is because I definitely take zero credit for any of the results that I have. I give all the credit to my mentors, especially this man Jordan, because guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, Jordan and himself, he has helped me grow myself. He's helped me take myself to the next level. We say in this business, if you push your leaders up, your leaders will pull you up with them. And this is definitely a man that has pulled me up with him. Okay, guys. And so with that being understood, I'm gonna just tell you guys a little bit about, my story as far as how I actually got started with the platform, and, I guess my mindset and how I've changed throughout going along, as well as something that you can do, practical information that you can take to essentially go out there and, create things in the spiritual, not just the physical, because, at the end of the day, success is 95% spiritual and 5% actually physical. So, I actually got started, like Jordan said, about a year and 4 months ago. I'm not going to drag this out too long, but, essentially when I got started, guys, I was in a position where, I had to do this. I didn't really have a choice. I had dropped out of college. I had just gotten kicked out of my parents' house as well. And so with that understanding, I felt like I was in a position where it was either this or nothing. And so with that being understood, guys, I took this very seriously from the start. And from the start, I got exposures, doing personal development and things like that. But as far as trading wise and even building the business, I didn't really see results with this for a little bit of time. So for the first 3 months in this business in Eye.Am, I didn't make any money trading, and I had my 2 and free. I didn't even hit P150. And, it happened in a way, guys, where all my thoughts, all my activities, all the energy that I was putting towards the business and growing myself and personally developing, it all just culminated into, a very small period of time where I experienced such growth that it seemed like it wasn't even a real thing. It seemed like it was almost fake in a sense. We got 56 people on this call, man. Let's get it. Let's get this call up to like 75, 80 people by the end of this call, man. But essentially, guys, the growth that happened so quick and so fast at such a alarming rate that I did not know. Not that I didn't know, but I had never experienced anything like that before, and it was my first time ever experiencing something like that. And yes, it was a quantum leaps. All the thoughts, all my experiences, all the hard work, all the grind, all that just all culminated into like a week, couple months of just pure elevation. And ever since then, guys, my life has been changed. But when it comes to the spiritual side of success, guys, when it comes to the spiritual side of success, the reason I told you that is because I want to let you guys know that when it comes to success in anything, right, you literally have to think and feel and become the person that you want to become before it happens in the physical, right? So if you guys have not listened to this audio, listen to this audio. It's called Your Wish is Your Command. I'm gonna actually type it in the chat for you guys right now, right? It's called Your Wish is Your Command. And essentially this audio, it talks about how to achieve your desires. And I'm going to give you a very, very condensed version of Your Wish is Your Command. So, I want you guys to know, right? Everything is energy. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration, right? Everything, including our thoughts, including our feelings. This chair that I'm sitting on right now, right? If I were to match the vibration of this chair that I'm sitting on, I would sink right through this chair. Okay, everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. If you look at an atom, it's not just it's not just a nucleus with protons, neutrons, and electrons spinning around it. It's actually energy, frequency, and vibration vibrating at a certain rate, and that is what's creating the physical matter. So why is that important? That is important because we are vibrations and frequencies as well, including our thoughts, right? So we are actually interacting with the physical universe at all times with our thoughts, with our feelings, right? With our thoughts, and most importantly, with our feelings, right? So when you think a thought, you are actually transmitting a frequency out into the universe, out into the field that is getting responded with a very similar frequency and or similar thoughts and or similar feelings. So let me explain to you guys. I'll even give you guys a real life example of this happening to me. So there was a time, right, last year I was feeling extremely grateful. This was during that time of the quantum leap, right? I was feeling extremely grateful. I was very happy. I was just living and feeling abundant in everything I was doing. Okay. And I actually took a trip to Houston. Shout out to everyone in here that's on Houston. In fact, shout out to Renee. I believe Renee is on this call. Shout out to Renee, Mr. Take Profit, right? Because Take Profit actually, kind of made this happen. So one night, me and Mr. Renee actually went out to get some food, right? We pulled up to a Domino's. Okay. We pulled up to a Domino's. And essentially I'm walking out, I'm hopping out the car, and this woman gets out, right? Long story short, I ended up leaving that Domino's with a dog and free pizza. I ended up leaving that Domino's with a dog and free pizza. Okay. How did that happen? I'm going to tell you guys how that happened. Because I was transmitting the frequency of gratitude. Yes, Pips from H-Town. Yes. Because I was transmitting the frequency of gratitude, right? Abundance, thankfulness, being thankful, being grateful, being happy. The universe put a circumstance, person, and or event into my life that caused me to feel those same feelings. So that's essentially how it works, guys, right? When you are thinking, right, when you are feeling feelings and thinking thoughts, you are transmitting frequencies out into the universe, right? This is no more mystical than you receiving cell phone service from a satellite that's thousands of miles away. This is no more mystical than your TV receiving service from a television network and condensing those frequencies into something that you can see. It's no more mystical than that. If I were to ask you, hey, how does your cell phone work? How can you literally call someone across on the other side of the earth? You probably wouldn't be able to tell me, right? It's no more mystical than that. I'm just telling you how your brain is working. So your brain is constantly transmitting frequencies, constantly, with your thoughts, your feelings. And what's happening is the universe is responding to those thoughts and those feelings with people, circumstances, and events that give you those same feelings, right? So how does this translate to creating your goals and manifesting your desires? How does this translate, right? This translate because for the first thing is you have to define what you desire, right? As Napoleon Hill said, you have to have a burning desire for what it is that you want, a burning desire, right? A burning desire is equivalent to an obsession. You have to have an obsession with it. Anyone that's ever achieved true greatness in anything has been obsessed. Tiger Woods, obsessed with golf. Floyd Mayweather, obsessed with boxing. Mark Zuckerberg, obsessed with his Facebook platform, right? Steve Jobs, obsessed with Apple, right? So these people were obsessed with what they were doing, right? What does that mean? This means that they were thinking about it all day. And guess what else they were doing? They were feeling good when they were thinking about it. Let me say that again. They were feeling good when they were thinking about it. They believed that they already had it, okay? As Napoleon Hill says, anything the mind of man can conceive, right? Anything you could think about and bring yourself to believe, it can achieve, right? Anything the mind of man can conceive and bring himself to believe, he can achieve. And Think and Grow Rich, it says this, right? So then what do you have to do, right? So what do you have to do to essentially achieve your desires? You have to conceive what it is that you desire. You have to, I desire this. Burning desire. My burning desire is Tremonton. Oh my God. I'm getting excited just thinking about it, right? Then you have to think about that goal all day, right? Blast that frequency out. Tremonton itself is a frequency. That title is a frequency. You have to transmit that frequency, right, with power and intensity over a long duration. Transmit that frequency with power and intensity over a long duration. What does that mean? That means think about Chairman 10, and when you think about it, feel good about it. You have to feel good. That feeling good, that excitement, that belief, that is the power and intensity, right? You can just think Chairman 10 and feel absolutely nothing. You're transmitting a very weak frequency. When you think about Chairman 10, when you think about your goals, 6 figures trading, Chairman 10, whatever your desires are, I'm not here to tell you what your desires are, right? But whatever you desire, think about it. And when you think about it, you should feel good about it. You should believe in it. You should get excited. It should make you hop up and want to run around. You should feel happy and excited and grateful, right? And then what is the duration? That's over a long period of time. So that means all day, right? So if you literally have a goal and you think about it all day, every day, and feel good when you think about it, it will come into your life in record time. And guess what, guys? Even if it doesn't come into your life in the time that you think it's going to come in, the universe will put people, circumstances, and events into your life that will bring you those feelings. So let's say you're thinking about Chairman 10 and you're feeling gratitude, you're feeling happiness, you're feeling excitement. And let's say you don't even get Chairman 10. Let's say you don't even get Chairman 10 in a month. But what you may get in a month is you may get multiple people, multiple circumstances, and multiple events that make you feel happy, grateful, and excited, right? That make you feel happy, grateful, and excited. It's so important that you feel good when you think about it, because if you think about it and you feel bad, which is a lack of belief. If you think about your goal and you feel bad, that means you're thinking about the lack of the goal. That means you're thinking about the fact that you don't have it, right? Really let that sink in, guys. If you're thinking about your goal and you feel bad, you're thinking about the fact that you do not have it. And that's why you're feeling bad. Because if you thought about your goal and you believed you already had it, right, then you'd feel good. Then why would you feel bad? If you already knew that you had it, you wouldn't feel bad. You'd feel good. So if you think about it and you feel good and you feel bad, that means you're not thinking, that means you don't believe, essentially. That means there's a lack of belief. And with that lack of belief, what you're telling the universe, hey, Chairman 10, stay away. 6 figures, stay away. FTMO account, whatever your desire is, stay away. Right? That's so important, guys. I'm telling you, when you are transmitting this frequency and you activate the law of attraction, the how does not matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Yes, action needs to be taken. Yes, exposures need to be done. But guess what? If you're thinking about it all day and you believe in it, then you will automatically take the action. You won't even have to worry about the action because you will be loving it. You'll be happy. You'll be grateful. Everything in your experience will be something that you feel is putting you closer to that goal. You know why? Because you're thinking about it all day and you're feeling good about it when you think about it, right? So that right there, if you guys literally just take that information right there and apply it into your life, don't just listen to what I'm saying, be like, okay, cool, BG. Nah, like I want you guys to actually go and apply this information. Really go and think about what you desire. First, define what you desire. And then after you define what you desire and develop a burning desire for that, think about it. Think about it and feel good about it when you think about it, right? Feel good about it when you think about it, okay? When you do this, the how does not matter because the universe will move millions and trillions and billions of variables that you can't even see, that you aren't even aware of, to put that goal, give that goal to you at the perfect place at the perfect time, okay? I'm explaining to you guys why the how doesn't matter, because the how is what we call the radar screen. So what's the radar screen? The radar screen is what you can perceive. It's what you can perceive. It's all the circumstances that's in your life right now. So I'll give you an example, right? A circumstance that I'm in Ohio right now. I have this amount of money, right? This is where my business is. This is where my back office is. These are the amount of leaders I have on my team. These are the amount of people I have on my team, right? These are the amount of calls we do every day. That is the circumstances. That's your radar screen, right? Let's say your radar screen is 3 inches, but the whole screen is 200 feet. So you're seeing 3 inches of this 200-foot screen, and you're trying to find a goal that's off your radar screen. Let's say your goal, let's say your radar is 3 inches, and your goal is 10 feet away, right? It's off your radar 10 feet away off the screen. Do you think you'll be able to get to your goal by only looking at your radar screen? No, you won't. The how doesn't matter. When you activate the law of attraction, when you think about your goal, transmit that frequency with power and intensity over a long duration, the universe will literally move millions, billions, and trillions of variables that's off your radar screen that you can't even see, right? To make sure that you receive your goal at the perfect place at the perfect time. So make sure you receive your goal at the perfect place at the perfect time. Right, guys? So understand the how does not matter. People want to focus on the how. The how doesn't matter. The physical activity is only about 5%. You can do all the work in the world. You can work this business 16 hours a day. and still not get the results because your thoughts not right. Your feelings not right. If you working all day and you feel terrible about what you're doing, then your work is going to give you no fruit. No fruit. You're going to get no fruit from that work because when you're thinking about it, you're not feeling good about it. So you're telling it to stay away, even though your physical actions maybe come here, quote unquote, telling it to come here. Your thoughts and your feelings are telling it to stay away. Your thoughts and your feelings are telling it to stay away. I'm going to finish off with this story, guys. This is a true story. This story was told by Kevin Trudeau on Your Wish Is Your Command. I'm just going to relay this story. There was a guy that was wanting a car. He wanted a new car. And he's transmitting and he's vibrating. Oh, new car, new car, new car, new car, new car. I want a new car. Thank you for the new car. Thank you for the new car. Feeling as if he already had the new car. Oh my God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? Thank you for the new car, right? He's saying thank you for the new car, right? A couple days later, he sees a sign. The new car deals on new car, right? A couple days later, a week later, he drives on the road. New home-based business set up to you where you can get your new car, right? Things start coming into your radar screen that you can see. New leaders start coming into your business that's giving you hope and raising your belief on how you're going to get there, right? Right? He's transmitting the frequency. Thank you, thank you. His belief is going up and it's going and it's going and it's going. He's transmitting to where it spills over. And one day, this man was walking down the street and he found a briefcase, right? And he picked up this briefcase and it had a number on it. He called that number, right? And the guy's, oh my God, my life was in this briefcase. Thank you so much. You had no idea what I had in this briefcase. I just want to come and pick it up right now. Where are you at? Dude comes and picks up the briefcase, right, from the guy. And, you know, the guy's like, oh, man, here's your briefcase. And the guy's like, oh, my God, thank you. My life was in this. I want to give you a reward. The guy's like, nah, man, you're good. He's like, no, I want to give you a reward. The guy gave him a check for $50,000. The guy hopped in his car, went down to the car dealership, got put down a down payment for his car, got lower payments than he had for the car that he already had, right? And he had cash in the bank. That's an absolute true story, right? So understand, guys, when you are transmitting this frequency, the universe will move millions and trillions and billions of variables to put you in the right place at the right time to receive your abundance. And that's what I want to end it off with myself. The person I want to pass this off to, I'm excited, guys. I'm hype. I'm happy. I'm grateful. The person I want to pass this off to, this guy right here is a leader. This man right here is a dog. This man right here is going to impact millions of lives. I'm telling you that right now. His first goal is to take care of his mother and make sure that his mother is good, right? And so his why is strong, his drive is strong, his mindset is strong, and he understands that he has to do whatever it takes, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to take himself to the next level. This is somebody that I highly respect, and I'm glad to call this man a brother and a teammate. I want to pass it off to my man Kyle Robison. Drop some nuggets, my brother. I know you about to kill it, bro.
Yo, I appreciate you, man. Drop some fire from my man's BG, guys. Drop some fire from my man's BG. Drop some fire for that, man. For real, guys. Thank you, man. Thank you, BG. Thank you, Echo. I want to make sure you guys can't hear. My Telegram's going crazy. Can you guys hear my Telegram? Drop some. Let me know if you guys can hear it. It's just going crazy with it. I want to make sure. Okay. I need to mute this. Mute this room. Awesome. We're good. All right, guys. Thank you, BG. Thanks so much, man. Guys, what is good? So, guys, BG told you some information, guys, that is worth. You literally cannot even put a dollar amount that information is worth. Okay. So he kind of gave the what to think about, right? What do we have to think about? You know, what is the right way to think, right? We're feeling good. We're thinking good. Like, that's the secret. You know what I mean? When you feel that, you're going to attract that. That's why gratitude's such a big deal, right? Because when we have the gratitude, we're going to attract that gratitude. Okay. What I'm going to talk about today, guys, is more of the why do we think why we think. Okay. So I'm going to be talking about paradigms, and I'm going to be talking about the identity that we have on ourselves. Okay, guys. And I've been listening to some audios, and I'm telling you what, I've made some connections that have really just kind of blown my mind. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just some crazy like paradigm shifts in itself. Okay. So we all know what a paradigm is, right? A paradigm is the program beliefs, okay? So the paradigm is really what our reality is, okay? A paradigm is, we believe, like our paradigm is that gravity is real, okay? So the reason why no one can jump off, and the thing is, guys, like we understand like certain things, like, you know, oh, someone's not going to be able to jump off of a building and start flying, right? Okay. But it's the set of beliefs that we have on something that makes these things real, okay? So, you know, it is what is true to us. So I'm gonna give a story. So like, and this is a true story as well. Basically, there was a time where humans, they said they could not run under a 5-minute mile. Okay, that was the paradigm that it could not happen. Well, there was one, I forget what the dude's name is, but he did it, right? This one man, he ran the mile under 5 minutes, okay? But guess what happened the next year? Over 10 people ran that mile under 5 minutes. Why is that? Because when they saw that it was possible, that paradigm beforehand was that, no, you know, it's not even going to happen. Of course it's not going to happen when your beliefs are in that direction, okay? When this first man broke the record, multiple people broke it after him. It's because their paradigms changed, and it literally created different results. The beliefs that they had, not only about themselves, but about the reality, like how things work, it changed, okay? They saw something, it changed it, and now these things actually were able to happen to people, okay? So something that has to do with our paradigm, right? Something that has to do with how our minds work. There's a thing called the reticular activating system, guys. Write this down, okay? This is some crazy stuff, okay? The reticular activating system is a filter for our mind. Right now, I am picking up thousands, even millions of stimuli all around me. Like our subconscious mind is picking up everything in this room. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I see, the sounds, right? Our senses, we're picking up everything around us, but we only notice certain things. That's our reticular activating system. We only are going to notice or realize stuff that's important to us, okay? So for an example, you know, it's the reason why we can't see our nose, okay? The reason why your brain blocks out the nose is because it's not important, okay? So our brain says it's not something that's important. So our subconscious mind, we don't even worry about it. It's not something that we acknowledge, okay? So people with actually like people with schizophrenia and stuff like that, the reticular activating system doesn't work as well. They're not blocking out all these stimuli. So when people have hard time thinking, and people, you know, they're not comfortable in certain, you know, maybe areas or where there's a bunch of people, stuff like that, like the reticular activating system isn't necessarily doing its job all the way that it could be. Okay. So that's why in these people's head, that's why it's, you know, it's very stressful. It's very overbearing with some things. Okay. So basically, here's a couple other examples on how the reticular activating system works, okay? So when the mom and like say for an example, you know, you got a family, you know, New York City, it's a busy city, there's construction going on, right? You got a mom sleeping, a baby in the other room. Why does a mom wake up to a faint baby cry, but she's sleeping through the construction that's going on all night? Because the reticular activating system, you will pick up the baby, you're picking up everything. It doesn't even matter, like, you know what I mean? As much as we can, but like that baby in the other room, you are picking that up still, even full asleep. But guess what? A mom, especially with a mom's senses, right? Drop some fire for our moms, guys. Drop some fire for our moms in this. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like BG said, like this is a lot of reasons why we're doing some of this. You know, if not for our dads, if not for whoever in our family, guys. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's really crazy the fact that we can come here and do these kind of things, guys. For real, this is some information that 99% of the people have no idea about, right? They have no idea about it. It's crazy. And we're here learning these things. Okay. So it's an amazing thing. But you know, it's the reason why the mom would wake up during a faint baby cry. Okay. And so it's the same thing. You're at a party, right? You're at a party, you're talking to a couple people about, you know, that cool thing you did last weekend, right? And then you hear your name way across the room. There's conversations, there's music going on, but you stop mid-conversation, you're like, someone said my name. How did you pick that up when you're having a conversation? When all these things are going on in the room, why did you pick that up? Because it's important to you, okay? But why this is important, why, you know, how this links with our paradigms, it's the same thing. Like how BG said, you'll start to see things once your mind is focused on certain things, right? You'll start to pick up things more. But besides just what we see, guys, the reticular activating system has to do with our thoughts. It blocks certain thoughts that it's something that we don't necessarily believe in or has nothing to do with it. It will block thoughts coming to us, okay? So, write this down. If you don't believe that you can't make if you do not believe that you can make $1 million, that $1 million thought will not come to you. Does that make sense? If you cannot believe that you're not going to make $1 million. That $1 million thought's not going to come to you. Your brain already says that it's not possible. I'm not going to accept this thought. It's not true, right? I'm not even going to, I got all these things coming to me. The brain's going to select the things that we focus on, right? That we believe. And that's why that's important. So, and so I also want to relate this to our identity, guys. And so, our identity, right? It comes back to what BG said again about Kevin Trudeau, guys. Really, Kevin Trudeau, that is the secret. You guys have to listen to him. Please listen to him on YouTube, on the podcast. Anytime, you guys, that is the sauce of all sauces. Like, honestly, like, I feel like that is, if you could listen to anything, it would be that one. Your wish is your command. I promise you. But it comes back to, we only know what we know, right? And so our identity of ourselves is literally what creates the limits that we set on ourselves, okay? And how do we form identity? Well, we form identity from our experiences, how we, interact with other people. What do we see? From what we know in this world, okay? And this is where it kind of gets crazy. So, like, I come from a small town, right? So I come from a small town. Immediately, I think about myself, okay, Kyle, I come from a small town. I think about everything I know about small towns or that I've heard about small towns. What we do is we try to relate from what we know. And this is why it's very important to, who you're listening to, but to be aware that you only know certain things, right? Because I only know from the experiences I've had. Okay, so from what I know about small towns or whatever, I start to, compare that to myself. Oh, people in small towns, they're this and they're this, okay? Oh, well, I come from a small town, so therefore, our mind makes these connections. Like, for real, they make these connections. And so why do you think people like people that are from the small town, I know Jordan, he's from a smaller town. Like, we know these things. Like, people from where we are, they do this, like, literally, guys, it's a generation after generation families staying there. Like, I swear to God, obviously people leave and stuff like that, but, like, for real, like, because think of this, I have friends, guys. I have friends like that, for real. Like, it's like this. Like, they literally think that this is who they are, therefore this is the life they have to live. Why? That's because the identity that they have of themselves, guys. It's really, really crazy. Like, it's really crazy, man. If you have this identity that you are this, okay, when I had this breakthrough, I dead ass almost deleted every picture of my phone of myself. I almost deleted everything because that doesn't exist anymore. Right? Yes, I like looking at my memories. I'll always, I'll remember that stuff. My Snapchat, 1 year will pop up every now and then, 2 years, you know what I'm saying? I'll get the reminders, but, like, that's not me anymore. I look at these pictures. What does that bring up? My identity. Oh yeah. Like, subconsciously, you know what I'm saying? Without you even consciously realizing it, you make these connections, right? And so, roles in our life that we are living give us identity. Okay. But how we compare and how we actually look at that with ourselves is from what we experience. Okay. So that's why, like I said, it's super important to be open to information, to know that you do not know, because you could be learning about one thing. And this is where our ego comes in. Where our ego comes in with our identity, your ego says, oh no, you've experienced this before, Kyle. This is right. That person's wrong. No, that's not how it goes. This is how it goes. You've experienced it. You've seen it. Guys, I grew up in a small, I'm 23 years old. For literally 99% of my life, I lived in that small town. I know absolutely nothing. I know absolutely zero. Like, do you really, like, all of us, we come from different places, but guys, we know absolutely nothing. I'm telling you, like, on the scale of what we know. And the crazy part is we know more than most people. We know these things. We're discussing these things. People call us crazy talking about these things, right? But we're going for the crazy results. We're not going for the average results. There's a lot of average people with the average thoughts with the same thing. It's so interesting, guys, on how the mind works, on how humans work, conformity, what that is. Oh, you know what? I really don't think that's right, but those guys are doing it. It must be right. I got to do it. If a group of people is doing it, I must do it as well, guys. This is how we really think, human beings. And so, yeah, so everything that we experience, and that we interact with, we compare it with what we've been through, okay? So that's why, like I said, it's important to be super open, with your mind and stuff. It's really crazy, guys. When it comes to our paradigm, when it comes to our identity, like I said, it comes from you only know what you know, and it comes from being open to information, but also you have to go get the information. You have to believe it, right? You have to believe that these things are real. Like you said, your paradigm, what it is it's those program beliefs, right? So we think certain ways because of how we were grown up. And now we're learning things. Now these things are changing. Okay, that's also changing our identity. You're not going to hit chairman if you don't see chairman as yourself. If you don't see yourself as chairman, you're not going to hit chairman. What's your identity of yourself? You know what I mean? So, but that's about it about what I wanted to go over when it comes to paradigms and identity, guys. If anything, like, guys, forget who you are. Forget who you like, or at least don't let your past define you, because I'm telling you that's 90% of the people. They let their past of what they've done, of what they do, they compare it to what their life is. You know what I mean? We wake up in our bodies every single day. We wake up in our houses and we say, oh, okay, I'm here. This must be my house. This must be my family. This is my family. Oh, they smiled at me. You know, we had a nice conversation. I must be nice. They must like me. You know, all these different things, we make these connections, guys, but it's very important to, when it comes to your paradigms, that's why the personal development is huge. It's going to change those paradigms. You're going to slowly, and how do those get changed? It's the repetition. Subconscious mind changes from the repetition, guys. So that's about it of what I wanted to say. I appreciate you guys for letting me speak. BG, Jordan, man, thank you guys for real. Like, it's crazy, guys, what this journey has been, from strangers, you know, from strangers to a lot of you guys, from strangers to real family, to people where we're going to see a lot of different things together, guys, for real. So I appreciate you guys. Nothing but love, man. Thank you. Jordan, go ahead, buddy.
Yo, what's going on? Bro, Kyle, that was amazing. Literally, that's the information that really puts things into perspective, and really goes to show that we literally are what we think about. And I know I can relate to a lot with what Kyle was saying, because, you know, I'm from a very small town as well. Only 500 people or so, 500, 600 people from where I'm from. And like Kyle was saying, like, although we know nothing, like, the majority of people, they know enough to the point where they literally know what's on the news. They know what they see on social media, and they know what they watch on TV, and that's all they know. Therefore, they think the same thoughts, they feel the same emotions, they do the same things. Therefore, that's how they get stuck doing the same thing over and over and over. We're working a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. On the weekends, what are we going to do? We're going to go out and drink. Oh, what are we going to do when we get home from work? We're going to go watch TV. Oh, let's go watch Netflix tonight. You know what? Let's go play Call of Duty and drink a beer. Why? Because they don't know anything else. Why? Because the vibration is so low that there's no creativity, there's no imagination, because there's no belief of anything different, because we're in such a bubble. And even people that live in a city, like, this is still true to some degree, but people in small towns, I'm telling you guys right now, they don't know anything outside of that town. So just the fact that we were able to get out of that place, and it's not a bad place. I love where I grew up. I learned so many things and met so many amazing people. You know, it's not like a bad thing. But what I'm saying is, just understand that you are blessed to be on this call. You're blessed to be receiving this information. Let's remember where we come from at the end of the day, and understand that you could be in a different spot. You could have no sight right now. You could have, your eyes couldn't work. Maybe you can't walk tomorrow. Like, you got to be grateful for the littlest things in life, because anything that you're not grateful for can get taken away tomorrow. And really realize that, really truly understand that you're blessed to be in the position you are. No matter where you're at, you, at the very least, I hope you're paying attention. Listen to this. I hope someone needs to hear this. You're on this call right now. And listen, I've seen people come in and come out of the business, right? But understand this. You have the opportunity to get whatever you want in life. You're surrounded by the right people. You have the right information, and you have the right vehicle to do so. So do not take this for granted, and be grateful for the situation that you are in, because you're blessed. You're 100%, you're blessed. And before we end it off, what I'm going to do, make sure you guys write these days down. I believe it's someone correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's September 4th in Houston. September 4th in Houston. You know, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story. You know, when I was 6 months into the business, it was September 2018. September 2018, you know, I had 6 months in, I was platinum 150. And I'd maybe lost $500, $1,000 trading, right? I was negative trading and I was platinum 150. And, you know, one of my mentors, what he told me, Gustavo told me, he said, if you want to get to the next level, which I did, I wanted to get to the next level. He said, if you want to get to the next level, you have to be in Miami. No ifs, ands, or buts. Did I know if I could afford it? I wasn't sure. Did I feel comfortable flying across the country by myself? I'd never done that before. And I did it. Okay. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable and realize that if you've never been to a major event, you have to be there. Houston, September 3rd, September 4th, whatever it is, Houston event. Even if you have gone to the events, you know why you have to be there. Why? I mean, you guys heard BG talking about it earlier on this call. You heard BG saying, you have a vibrational frequency, you are energy, and let's say your goal is to hit chairman. For you to really truly feel what it feels like to be a chairman, you have to physically meet a chairman and be surrounded by that energy, okay? You realize that all the go live, the educators are going to be there. Just having a conversation, just having a conversation with Mike Miles literally shifted my entire paradigm on trading. You know, being face to face with him, I got to meet some of my favorite educators. Remember, 6 months in, Platinum 150, negative 1,000 trading. Some of you guys can probably relate to that. You probably lost money. Maybe you have no one on your team yet. But guess what? What did I want? I wanted more than what I currently had. And I know if you're on this call up to this point, you want the same. You want more than what you currently have. We always want more. Why? Because there's an abundance of everything here for us. God's willing to give you whatever you are ready to receive, but you have to first be ready. How do you become ready to receive? You have to be grateful, and you have to put yourself in the right position. You're on this call right now. You're taking notes. You're listening to the right people. You're surrounded by the right people. You're getting the information. What are you doing with the information? That's the thing. I'm telling you right now, get to the event. Houston, September 4th. Houston, September 4th, changed my entire life. I was literally thinking about quitting. So many times I thought about quitting before I got there, before I got to that event. Once I got to that event, I was like, okay, wow. Keep in mind, guys, I had never met a single person that traded Forex other than Kyle Robison. Me and K-Rob were trading by ourselves in college. I dropped out all summer. All summer, it was just me, personal development, and getting on these webinars. I had never met a single person. Some of you guys are blessed. You have a whole community of traders with you that you can ask questions. You have top leaders literally right next to you, running events, doing trainings face to face right in front of you. You guys realize that my first 6 months, I had never met a single Forex trader in my entire life. I never shook in a Forex trader's hand. I had never a single time talked to a chairman. I had never a single time done any of those things. So realize if I never did those things, I didn't even know what I didn't know. Once I went to the event, then I was like, okay, now I realize this is real. Forex is real. I see these people are making money. These people driving these nice cars. These people wearing these nice clothes. But the main thing, what really got me, what got my attention was these people are genuinely happy and excited about life. And where I come from, not a lot of people are genuinely happy and excited about life. And you're surrounded by people that are happy, grateful, excited about life, getting results, leveling up. You guys, I mean, look at yourself, look at the person right next to you, and look at how many different people you've seen level up over these last 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, right? Where I come from, no one does that. No one wants to get better. They just want to stay the same. They want to realize that you're blessed to be on this call. You're blessed to be surrounded by these people. Don't take it for granted. You have to be grateful. And as BG was saying, once you're transmitting the frequency of gratitude, that's when you're going to start getting whatever you want. You have to give it out. You have to give it out first with no intention to get anything back. Because here's the thing, guys, when you already feel it, you don't care if it comes because you feel so good regardless. It doesn't matter. It's like when I was going to hit chairman, I didn't care if I hit chairman because I knew I already was. I was already grateful. The feeling I had inside satisfying you enough. The feeling you should have right now, today, should be satisfying enough that you don't need money. You don't need a rank up. You don't need a withdrawal. Why? Because you feel like you already have it. When you can see it clearly in your mind and feel it, like BG said, it's going to come so fast, it's going to blow you away. But you have to have a clear mental image of what that looks like. You got to know what it tastes like. You got to know that moment when I walked on stage in London literally last month or whatever it was, that moment, I pictured that moment in my mind so many times, shaking Christopher Terry's hand, shaking Alex Morton's hand, putting on, I don't have a jacket, but I thought there was going to be a jacket. That was a part of my vision, right? I heard there was going to be a chairman retreat. I said, I'm getting on that chairman retreat. I'm meeting all these people. I pictured that in my mind when I was a Platinum 2000. Like, I wasn't even a P5 yet. I wasn't even a chairman yet. but I saw it clearly in my mind. Therefore, I could feel it. Guys, you got to realize that your brain remembers things in images. You see images in your head. So, guys, check this out. You guys remember what David Eamoniche said? Check this out, right? I believe in environment, right? Not just a dream board, right? Not just a dream board, whatever. What do we have here, guys? You see my house. I got my car. I got my indoor basketball court, right? We're up there in the mountains. Like, I'm seeing what I want before it happens, because whatever you are feeling the most, what is your dominant vibration? What is your dominant thoughts? What is your dominant frequency that you're transmitting? That's what you're going to get back. And it's not necessarily what you're writing down. It's not necessarily what you're saying. And something that I don't know if David actually said, but it's really important about this, was important to understand that it's not about the words, it's not about the thoughts, it's not about the actions, but it's all about the frequency that you're transmitting when you were saying these things. Like, when you are saying, I'm a chairman, you can't, like, a lot of you guys, what I noticed, when you're saying your goals, or it just looks like it, I can just see it. When you're saying your goals, when you're saying your affirmations, when you are doing those things, you're not saying it with your chest. You don't even believe it. You have to actually say it. You have to speak up. Like, you have to speak up. Growing up, guys, I was never the person to speak up. And Kyle can tell you, Gabe can tell you, like, in college, I never really spoke up. Even when I was in a group of friends, people that I knew, I never really spoke out. I always stayed back and listened. And, you know, that's another important thing. Another important thing is listening and not trying to speak like you know it all, guys. You realize that if your goal is, let's say your goal is to hit chairman, right? Your number one thing you should be doing is listening and taking notes on anything and everything. Why? Because the universe is always speaking to you, but are you listening? Are you actually paying attention? It pays attention, it pays to pay attention. It pays to pay attention. Like Kyle was saying, your reticular activating system is picking up everything based off of what your alignment and focus is on. Whatever you are focused on, that's what you're going to recognize, because there's a million different things going on in the world at all times that you could pick up. And if you're not focused on a chief aim goal, you're not going to pick up the right information, but it's always right there for you. The information's right there. The mentor you need is right there. The prospects, you probably walk past 10 chairmen every single day. I mean, not right now. We're out there in quarantine and whatnot, but you probably walk past 10 different chairmen every single day. You probably walk past the next Alex Morton, the next David Eamoniche. You walk right past them. Don't even notice it because you're not focused on what you want. You got to be focused. So focused to the point where it's second nature and you feel what it feels like. You already know what it's like. You don't even have to think when you can feel, if that makes sense, guys. Fire your brain, hire your heart. You don't have to think so much when you can just feel it out. Trust your intuition 99% of your time. When you are feeling good, guys, your first instinct is right every single time. Your first thought you get, oh, that's a good idea. Okay, do it. Like, that's the thing. A lot of people, we get these ideas, but we don't do anything. And guys, it's a waste of your time to take notes and not take action. It's a waste of your time to not do what it is you say you're going to do. And one thing that I've learned that really helped me get to the level that I'm at is I stopped saying what I'm going to do and actually did it instead. And don't be that guy that has all these big plans and big ideas, or wants to be the teacher even. A lot of people just want to be the teacher, but they don't want to actually do it themselves. And what you got to do is just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Type of Nike, just do it in the chat right now. Because that's what you got to do. You just got to do it. And remember what we're saying. Of course, it's not the how-to, it's not the action, but it is. It is, but it's important the frequency you're emitting when you're doing it. That's the thing. If you were not, one thing Kevin Trudeau, your wish, your command, what he said was, if the actions become frustrating, you need to take a break from the actions and do whatever you got to do to feel good now. That's the key, guys. That's the secret right there. If your actions are frustrating, if you're frustrated, oh my God, why is it that every time I take a trade it hits stop loss? Oh my God, why is it every time a prospect says he's going to sign up, he just flakes on me? You're transmitting that frequency out there. So what do you got to do? Stop reacting to your emotions. Stop reacting to your environment and respond knowing that whatever you give out is what you're going to get back. Whatever frequency you are giving out is what you're going to attract. The universe is going to give you situations, people, events, and circumstances that match the frequency that you're putting out most of the time. Most of the time, if you're feeling good most of the time, what's going to happen? You're going to attract situations that make you feel good. You're going to attract people, relationships the right prospects, the right trades, they're going to come to you when you're on the frequency of feeling good. And there's no coincidences, guys. You got to realize that if your trade has stop loss, you attracted that. If someone says no, you attracted that. It's not a bad thing, though. That's the thing. Your perception creates your reality. It's not about, oh, this thing didn't happen how I wanted it to. Because you got to realize that the universe gives you your goal at the perfect place, the perfect time, at the perfect speeds. Okay, it's important to set targets for your goals. I don't even write a date on my goals anymore. Why? Because it's going to happen exactly when it's supposed to happen. And I just know that it's going to happen. I don't care when. I don't care how. You know what and why. You know what's going to happen and why it's going to happen. I need to hit chairman so I can impact 500 lives and have financial freedom and travel around the world. That is what I said. That's what I knew in my heart, that for me to achieve the income that I want to achieve, this is something you should write down and take note of. For me to achieve the income that I want in life, for me to have the freedom I want in life, I'm going to go ahead and have to give out this much value. I'm going to go ahead and help this many people. And for me to help other people, I first have to help myself. I first have to help myself. A lot of you guys are trying to help, like I said, you gotta feel good now. You can't help anyone else until you help yourself. You gotta focus on alignment. You gotta focus on self-care. You got to exercise every day. You gotta meditate. You gotta pray. You gotta journal your thoughts. You gotta like I said, do the things that make you feel good first, and then go ahead and go do some calls, and then go ahead and go take a trade. If you're not in the right state of mind, anything that happens to you is a reflection of the frequency you're emitting right now and what you do the most. So there's no point of doing all this work if you're not first in alignment. That's what I want you to understand, that if you're not getting the results that you want, it's because you're not transmitting the right frequencies, okay? You're not transmitting the right frequencies. You got to feel good about it first. And, I can tell you a couple things that can help you feel good. Is something that you write down straight from Your Wish Is Your Command. I listen to Your Wish Is Your Command every morning, every night, when I'm sleeping, all these different things, right? I do it all the time. And I recommend you listen to Your Wish Is Your Command. If you're ever feeling any doubts, if you're ever feeling like you can't do it, you're ever feeling whatever, you got to listen to Your Wish Is Your Command, because he tells you scientifically the proven approach. He explains in great detail, 13 hours of how the law of attraction works. And you got to understand that it's all right there in the blueprint. And what's crazy is he has said over and over that the information he provided in Your Wish Is Your Command is only the tip of the tip, the scratch of the actual information. It's not even, he's barely even getting into the information. So there's so much more. I thought I understood the law of attraction a year ago. I thought I understood it 6 months ago. Here's the thing, guys. You never know it. You never know the information. If you've hit a rank, here's the thing. If you hit Platinum 1000, if you hit Platinum 2000, even P5 or Chairman, right? Even if you've hit that, you still don't know how to hit that, because there's always more. There's always more to learn. And if you are blocking yourself from learning more, you're never going to get to the next level if you think you know it. Even if you think you know it, you have to be open to receive more, because like BG was saying, your radar, you only know 0.01% of what the universe can give you in any given moment. Based off of what you are focused on, that is what, like Kyle said, your reticular activating system is picking up. Your radar, your RAS, you're picking up what you're focused on, but realizing that you can only focus on what you have first already perceived and experienced. So you don't know what you don't know, and you got to really write that down and truly understand what that means. I don't know what I don't know. Teach me more. How teachable am I right now? How teachable am I right now? Because the moment that you're not teachable, you're going to miss that one thing that you needed. You're going to miss that one key nugget. You're going to miss that one note, that one little thing. It could be the littlest thing. You could be on this webinar, and it could be one sentence that one of us said is all you needed to make $1 million. Like, you guys realize you're only one idea from making 6 figures. You're only one idea away from making 7 figures. Your ideas are everything. You need to be writing down your ideas all the time, writing them down, and realizing, okay, how was I feeling when I got that thought? Okay, what feeling, was I feeling good when I thought that? And realize this, guys, if you're not feeling good right now, like let's say you're frustrated. Like let's put a scenario. We all get frustrated sometimes. We all get impatient sometimes, right? So what to do when you're in that scenario, this is key. This is key. Stop trying to think yourself out of the situation that you created on that level of thinking, and go outside and go do something that's going to make you feel good. Okay? So let's say, for example, you do a presentation every single day, or you do 10 prospect calls every single day, right? But right now, you're just not feeling very good. Okay, what I want you to do, don't force yourself to do something. What you want to do is feel good first, realizing that a lot of times when we're impatient and frustrated, we think, oh, well, I guess it's just going to be a bad day. Well, no, it's not a bad day. You can actually feel good within probably 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes if you know how to do it. And if you're not attached to the ego story of, man, I just don't feel so good. It's a bad day. You know what? Let me just go play video games. Oh, I don't feel like it right now. Let me just go play Netflix or watch Netflix. No, it's like, I don't feel good right now. So what do I got to do to feel good now? And then I can go do what I got to do. That's the way you got to think. You can't think, damn, I just don't feel like it. You know what? Let me just eat some junk food. Oh, man, I don't feel like it. Let me just go take a nap. Okay, how about this? I'm feeling bad right now, and that's okay because I'm really working on getting better. I'm really working on getting better. This appears to be bad, but it can't be bad because I feel good. I know that this feeling that I just got was only a subconscious programming from my past. And you know what? Let me not react to that programming, and let me just go ahead and respond based off of what I want. Okay, does that make sense? That thing, that emotion that got triggered based off of that event, let's say you texted someone, guys. This is deep, right? You texted someone and someone told you no in the past. So on a vibrational level, you are feeling like that person's going to say no. And what you got to realize, you got to be aware enough to say, you know what? That feeling I just got right there, that was a programming from my past. You know what? Let me just push that to the side, step into right now. What do I want? What do I want? Any situation you're in, you got to know what you want out of it. So if you want to win your next trade, you have to feel like you're already winning it before you take the trade. You can't take the trade with fear. You can't call a prospect with fear. You got to say, you know what? Whatever I want to happen always happens. That's how you got to say. And remember, listen to how I said that. What I want to happen always happens. It happens. It's like when you speak what you want to happen, when you're speaking your affirmations, you got to speak it like it literally already happened and you're telling it to someone else. Like let's say you're my friend, you come up to me and, I hit Shermanton, whatever it was, 6 months ago. And let's just say I haven't hit Sherman yet. You have to say it like you already did it, like 3 months ago, 6 months ago. I already did it. Oh, yeah, I did it last week. You haven't even done it yet physically, but your tonality has to be to the point where it's so obvious that you get what you want. It's no question. It's no issue. That's the frequency you got to transmit. That's how it's going to come to you fast, very fast. It's not by doubt. It's not by, you got to have that belief muscle. And, when you're writing your goals, this is, we're kind of just going wherever this takes us, right? When you're writing your goals, you got to be writing goals in the sweet spot. You got to have the sweet spot where you can truly believe it. Don't be attached to anything from yesterday and just realize what is best right now in this moment. So I've changed my goals before. I've shifted the type of car I wanted, it's changed because what I wanted yesterday may not be what I want today. So why would we attach ourselves to the past? The only thing you have is now. You can think of future or past. That's it. You can be unconsciously going through the emotions from your past, or you can be conscious and create your future. That's your two choices. You have two choices every single day. Run the programming of your past or be conscious and create your future. That's your two choices. There's no other choices. What do I want in my life? Okay, I have to be conscious because all the programmings, all the emotions from the past, all the different situations from the past are coming into me on an unconscious level. Like if I'm not aware of these things, I'm just going to create the same life over and over. My belief system's never going to change. I'm never going to feel different feelings. And shout out to Joe Dispenza, because this is someone that really talks a little bit more in depth about these type of things. But you got to be listening to the right people. Listen to the right people, man. Do whatever you got to do at the end of the day. Do what you got to do. And, with that being said, we got 20 minutes before Emery's call. Emery has a special guest, Garrett Roberts, another Chairman 100. 2 Chairman 100s are going live in 20 minutes. So you can bet that I'm going to be on that call with a notebook and a pen ready. A notebook and a pen ready. Why? Why would I do that? I already hit Chairman. Because have I hit Chairman 100? No. Have I made $1 million? No. So who am I to not take notes? And if you haven't even hit 6 figures yet, who are you to be on that call, to be on this call with your camera off, scrolling on Instagram? And I bet you there's at least 20 people on this call right now that they're not even paying attention and they're actually just scrolling or whatever. And like I said, guys, it really pays to pay attention. You might miss something. And this isn't me. I'm not saying this. It's not me saying this to you. It's the universe speaking through me to you on whatever you need to hear, because you're only going to pick up what you need. The present moment provides the perfect scenarios for you. Whatever you are needing, whatever you need right now, whatever your reticular activating system is going to work for, you're going to pick it up. Okay, so it's not what I'm saying. It's your perception of what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying, but to realize this, guys, you can only understand me or anyone else to the extent that you understand yourself. That's the key. You have to understand yourself. You have to align yourself. You have to take care of yourself, mind, body, soul. Take care of yourself. Learn more about yourself, and you automatically, by default, learn more about other people. Learn more about yourself. You're going to learn about more other people. And it works kind of both ways. The more you learn about other people, you learn about yourself as well. But it all starts with your awareness. You got to be aware first, awareness of these things. Take some time for yourself each and every single day. You got to do something that feeds your mind, that feeds your body, and feeds your soul every single day. It's literally like brushing your teeth. It's like walking to the park. It's like walking your dog. It's like breathing. You got to take care of your mind, your body, and your soul. If you're not feeling right, you got to feel good now. Like that's the key. There's no point in trying to do something. There's no point of thinking yourself out of a situation that you put yourself in. And if there's any lack of consistency that you have, just realize it's because of the feelings that you have. So you need to feel good now. That is the most important thing. Walking outside and looking at something far away is the number one way to feel good now. If you're not feeling good, realize, guys, if we're stuck inside all day, you know how much what's it called? You know how much radiation from the whatever it is, 4G, 5G, it doesn't matter. Like all of this technology is emitting electromagnetic radio waves. Okay, so first of all, you need to get shungite, you need to get orgonite. These things are going to block the radiation from hitting you and actually help you. But realize if you're stuck in all day, you guys see these glasses? I don't need glasses. These are to protect me from the blue light that's coming from the screen, okay? And if you are exposing yourself to radiation and the blue light from the screens is lowering your vibration and making you not feel as good, okay? And even if you think you're not aware of it and maybe you don't even notice it, I promise you, get these glasses and get some shungite and you're like, wow, I didn't know that I actually naturally felt this good, right? You see my phone right here? I never look at my phone without these glasses on. I never do. Why? Because the blue light from this phone is putting radiation into my eyes, okay? And these glasses are protecting me from that. But like I said, a lot of times if we're not feeling good, it's because we're inside for too long. We need to go outside, go out into the sun, vitamin D, get energy from the sun, breathe in fresh air. Fresh air. If you're in the city, try to go somewhere where there's trees. You know, I know how it is, the pollution and everything like that in the city. That's why I can't live in a city. But like I said, yeah, Chris is dropping some. Make sure you check out what Chris is saying in the chat. It's important. These things are important. They will take you to the next level. And the whole idea here, guys, is, okay, what can we do? Knowing that we are energy and we're going to attract whatever we're vibrating at. Okay, what can we do to raise our energy? What can we do to raise our energy and keep it there and keep it consistent? You got to create daily method of operation. You got to create habits, healthy habits for your mind, body, and your soul. If your mind, body, and soul is aligned, you're probably going to get 5 signups that day. You're probably going to hit 5 TPs. You could do more in one day than you could do in 3 weeks. You could do more in 2 to 3 weeks than you could do in 6 months when you're fully aligned. I promise you that. I've seen it over and over again. Like BG was saying, he was in full alignment, and out of nowhere, quantum leap in everything. Quantum leaps happen when you are aligned and you are connected with the source. When you have connected with the divine, or whatever you want to call it, guys, like I said, it's not about the words, because you got to speak to the universe in the language that it understands, which is frequency. So whatever religion you believe in, the word that you're calling, it doesn't make a difference. It's the frequency and what you mean. Okay. Not to get too deep with you, but understand, we're going to go ahead and end up with this. I appreciate you guys for actually being on this call all the way to the end in 15 minutes. I'm just going to promote Emory, Mr. Banks' call in 15 minutes. Make sure you're on that way taking notes. I know he's going to drop some major nuggets, some major key things. And I know he's going to get into the details of the business. Probably going to go over something with social media, probably going to go over something with mindset, and realize that he's someone that has the results that we want. He's someone that has the results we want. He's the true definition of what grinding in this business is. And he's gonna show you the right way. Everything I do on social media, I got from him. He's someone that I really look up to and someone that I try to implement what he's saying. But like I said, guys, let's go ahead and drop some 777s in the chat. Let's drop some 7s in the chat. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'll see you guys on there. I'll see you guys on there at Infinite Abundance 777. Follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Infinite Abundance. Follow me on Facebook as well. Let's stay connected. Let's stay connected. Message me, reach out if you need help. Let's get it. Make sure you're plugging into the webinars. Make sure you're plugging into the trades. TP after TP being hit. You got to wear blue because all I see is blue. That's all I can pick up. That's particular activity system. That's take profits being hit because all I can see is blue. All I see is blue. If you guys are having trouble, someone said in the chat, I just saw real quick, if someone's having trouble, seeing profits as far as trading, go ahead to my YouTube at Infinite Abundance Infinite Abundance. I have a video on trading plan and trading psychology. It's really important that you go ahead and watch that video if you're not being consistent right now. Okay. Understand that trading, just like the business, it's spiritual. It's spiritual. Once you understand that it's not the strategy, but it's actually to stick to one strategy. It's actually to stick to your plan. It's actually to have emotional intelligence. That's what's going to get you there trading. It's not the strategy. It doesn't matter what strategy you use. It doesn't matter. Just pick one, master it. Master yourself. You can master anything. Forex is the perfect thing to master because it's infinite. Network marketing, perfect thing to master. Meeting all these beautiful people, having these relationships, learning these business skills. If you've never been an entrepreneur before, it's a perfect thing to be doing. It's a perfect thing. You're learning how to network. You're learning how to do sales. You're learning how to do marketing. You're learning how to just connect with other people and other human beings, giving out value each and every single day. But like I said, we're going to